Hello dear students, in today's class we are going to derive the expression for the energy of an electron in hydrogen atom in terms of radius using the Rutherford atomic model. By using Rutherford atomic model we are going to derive the expression for the energy of an electron in hydrogen atom in terms of radius. We are going to derive the energy of an electron in terms of radius of the orbit. So listen here. So the electron having the energy in the given orbit. Why that electron having the energy in the given orbit? Because of the kinetic energy of the electron and also potential energy of the electron. The sum of the kinetic energy of the electron and the potential energy of the electron, that gives the energy of the electron in the given orbit of the hydrogen atom. So see here, this is the nucleus of the hydrogen atom and this is the orbit of the electron, and the electron revolving around the nucleus in the orbit. Okay, so see here, this is an electron. The charge on the electron is minus C and the charge on the nucleus is plus Ze. It is plus Ze. This is charge on the nucleus of the hydrogen atom. Then now, so as the electron revolve around the nucleus, this electron having the kinetic energy. Okay, the electron have energy, kinetic energy, because of its motion. And also this electron having the potential energy because of this electron bound to the nucleus due to the force of attraction. ಈ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ಗೆ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ nucleus is positively charged and electron is negatively charged. Okay, so now we are going to derive the expression for the kinetic energy of the revolving electron and also the potential energy of the revolving electron, and we are going to add them, then we will get the energy of the electron in the given orbit. Okay, see here, the centripetal force required to keep the revolving electron in the orbit. So the centripetal force required to keep the revolving electron in the orbit is provided by the force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. Is provided by the force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. Between the electron and nucleus. See here. So there is a centripetal force acting on this revolving electron due to the force of attraction between the electron and the nucleus. Means here there is a Coulomb force acting between the electron and the nucleus. Then which type of Coulomb force? That is nothing but the attractive Coulomb force. Because the nucleus is positively charged and the electron is negatively charged, then there is a force of attraction. Then the Coulomb force is here the attractive. Coulomb force ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, attractive ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. So the force acting on the revolving electron is called centripetal force. That centripetal force is due to the Coulomb force. What is that Coulomb force? It is the force of attraction between the electron and nucleus. Then let us consider, this is the radius of the orbit. That is, I will take R. Radius of the orbit, that is R. Then the electron is revolving around the nucleus. Okay, so due to the orbital motion of the electron, this electron having the kinetic energy, and also due to the negative charge on the electron, this electron bound to the nucleus, that means that electron having the potential energy. The sum of kinetic energy and potential energy gives the total energy of the electron in the orbit. So we are going to express that total energy in terms of radius. Then Here the centripetal force acting on the electron is provided by the Coulomb force. That Coulomb force is nothing but the force of attraction between the electron and nucleus. That means Fc is equal to, Fc means here the centripetal force is equal to Fe. Fe means here it is the electrostatic force. It is the force of attraction between the electron and nucleus. Okay. Then what is the expression for the centripetal force? Already you know that is m into v square divided by r. Expression for the centripetal force, m into v square divided by r. Okay. Then I'll write this one as m into v square divided by r. Then what is the expression for the force of attraction between the electron and nucleus according to Coulomb's law? What is Coulomb's law? The force between two charges, is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of two charges divided by and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them, that is r square. And we are going to remove this proportionality by using the constant, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. So what is epsilon naught here? It is the permittivity of free space. Okay. Q1 is nothing but the charge on the nucleus. Q2 is nothing but the charge on the electron. I will write this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Charge on the nucleus is Ze and charge on the electron is E, because the charge on an electron, that is E, divided by the square of distance between the electron and nucleus, that is r, square. So that can be written as r square. Then here I will take this r to the right hand side. Then it is m v square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, z into E, that is E square, Z square divided by r square. Whenever we are going to take this r to the right hand side, that comes to the numerator, then into r. Then here one r get cancel. Then m v square is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by r. Okay. Then, but we required the kinetic energy of the revolving electron. Okay. So the kinetic energy of the revolving electron is due to its orbital motion, because this electron is moving in the orbit, means this electron having the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of revolving electron due to its orbital motion, that is I will write k is equal to 1 by 2 m into v square. So this is the expression used for the kinetic energy when the body is in motion. Here the electron is in motion. Okay. Then what is m into v square from this equation? That is 1 by 2 into, so m v square is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by r. Then 2 into 4, that is 8. Then it is 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by r. Then this is the expression for the kinetic energy of the revolving electron in the given orbit of the hydrogen atom. So let us assume this orbit is stable. Okay, in this orbit the electron does not radiate the energy. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ರೇಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Okay, so that is why this orbit is called a stable orbit. Okay, then what is the potential energy of the electron in the given orbit? Potential energy of revolving electron in the given orbit. is, so what is potential energy? Potential energy is equal to the potential due to the nucleus into the charge on the electron. So already you know that what is potential. Potential is nothing but work done per charge. Okay, here which is the test charge here? Electron is the test charge. Then work done is equal to potential into test charge. Okay, see here. Here the potential at the distance r due to the nucleus. So here the potential is due to the nucleus. What is the expression for the potential due to the nucleus here? That is V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here which is the source charge? Potential at the distance r due to the nucleus. That is the charge on the nucleus, that is plus Ze divided by r. Divided by r. Then we will write this work done is equal to, then potential is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Ze divided by r into charge on the electron, that is minus E. Charge on the electron, that is minus E. Then we will get this potential energy, this work done is nothing but here the potential energy of the revolving electron in the given orbit. Then we can write U is equal to, then so 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, the potential due to the nucleus at the distance r, that is Ze divided by r. Why there is a potential at the distance r? Because of due to the nucleus. ಎದರಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ r ವರೆಗೂ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಂತೆ. So due to this potential, this electron is revolving around the nucleus. And what is the charge on the electron? That is minus E. Then this one minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. Then it is the potential energy. So what negative sign indicates here? The negative sign indicates that the electron bound to the nucleus. So what negative sign indicates here? The electron bound to the nucleus. Electron nucleus ke enagirutte bound agirutte. Okay, so the negative sign indicates that the electron bound to the nucleus. Negative sign indicates that the electron bound to the nucleus. Bound to the nucleus. Okay. Then what is the total energy of the electron in the given orbit? That is E is equal to the kinetic energy plus potential energy. So what is the expression for kinetic energy here? That is K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r, and the kinetic energy never be negative. Okay. Then the energy of revolving electron, the energy of revolving electron in the given orbit, is E is equal to kinetic energy of the electron. So why there is a kinetic energy? Due to the orbital motion of the electron, plus potential energy of the electron. Why there is a potential energy? Because the electron bound to the nucleus. So that is U, K plus U. Then what is K? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. But what is U? Minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze square divided by r. I will put these two in this equation. Then we will get the energy of the electron in terms of radius. Then I will take it is equation 1, and it is equation 2, and it is equation 3. Substituting equation 1 and 2 in equation 3. substituting equations 1 and 2 in equation 3, then we get energy of the electron in the given orbit. That is E is equal to K is nothing but here 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught. 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by R. Okay, then minus, because plus into minus that is minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by R. Z square divided by R. Then what is common in both? 1 by 5 epsilon naught into Z square by R is the common. So I will take outside 1 by 5 epsilon naught Z square divided by R. It is common in both. Then here 1 by 8, here 1 by 4, minus 1 by 4. Then what is the LCM here? LCM is nothing but 8. LCM ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? LCM 8 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That is 1 by pi epsilon naught Z square divided by R. Then LCM is 8. Then 8 ones are 8 and 4 twos are 8. Then 1 into 1, 1, 2 into 1, that is 2, minus 2. Then 1 minus 2, that is minus 1. Then it is 1 by pi epsilon naught Z square divided by R. Then it is minus 1 by 8. Then this equation can be written as E is equal to minus of 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught Z square divided by R. So this is the expression for the energy of an electron in the given orbit in terms of radius. What negative sign indicates here? So the energy of the electron is negative because the electron is bound to the nucleus. Means the electron is not leave the orbit of the atom. ಅಂದರೆ electron ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ nucleus ಗೆ bound ಆಗಿದೆ. Okay, because of force of attraction, and this electron not leave the orbit of the atom. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ electron orbit of the atom ದಿಂದ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, so this is about the energy of the electron in terms of radius of the orbit. Okay. Then what are the merits and demerits of Rutherford atomic model? Before that, once again we will discuss what is the energy of an electron in the given orbit in terms of radius of the orbit. See here, what is that expression? That is E is equal to minus of 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught Z into E square divided by R. Okay, so this is the energy of the electron in the given orbit in terms of the radius of that orbit. Then the Z value for the hydrogen atom means atomic number for the hydrogen atom, that is 1, because how many protons present in the hydrogen nucleus? That is 1 proton. So that is why Z taken as 1. Then we can write E is equal to minus of 1 by 8 pi epsilon naught E square divided by R, because Z value is how much? 1. This is for the which atom? This is for the hydrogen atom. This is for the hydrogen atom. Then what negative sign indicates here? The energy of the electron is negative in the given orbit because that electron is bound to the nucleus. So what negative sign indicates here? The energy of the electron is negative because the electron is bound to the nucleus. Then what are the merits of the Rutherford atomic model or Rutherford model of an atom? This model means this atomic model successfully explained the large angle scattering of alpha particle. The large angle scattering of alpha particle. The large angle scattering of alpha particle. Okay, so from the alpha scattering experiment, Rutherford concluded that the entire positive charge of an atom concentrated at its center, that central part of the atom is called nucleus. Okay, means whenever this alpha particle is near to the nucleus now, that experiences the greater repulsive force and it turns back with an angle 180 degree. Means there is a large angle scattering of alpha particle. What it shows, the entire positive charge is concentrated at the center of the atom. Okay, ಒಂದು ಅಟಮ್ ದಿ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಯಾವ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಲಿಂದ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅವರು, ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಟರಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಲಿಂದ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ನಿಯರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಆ ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಯಾವ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇಂದ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ 180 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಟರಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ 180 degree, then it is called the large angle scattering of alpha particle. Then what are the demerits of the Rutherford atomic model? Demerits or drawbacks of Rutherford atomic model. Of Rutherford atomic model. It couldn't explain the stability of an atom. It couldn't explain the stability of an atom. Means it couldn't explain why an atom is stable. ಒಂದು atom ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, it couldn't explain, first one, it couldn't explain the stability of an atom. The stability of an atom. So an atom is stable, that is explained by Bohr's atomic model, but Rutherford atomic model couldn't explain the stability of an atom. See here, let us consider this is the nucleus of the atom and an electron revolving around the nucleus. An electron revolving around the nucleus. As this electron revolving around the nucleus and it makes the circular path. So if this electron moving with the constant speed in the given orbit, but there is a change in direction of this velocity. So even though magnitude of the velocity is same, but the direction of the velocity changing, means this electron having the acceleration. Always the accelerating charged particle emits the electromagnetic radiations. Means there is a loss in energy of this electron. ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನೇ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. As there is a continuous change in direction of the electron, then that electron having the acceleration. When that electron having the acceleration, that accelerating electron emits the electromagnetic radiation. There is a loss in energy of that there is a loss in energy of that revolving electron because that emits the electromagnetic radiation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ನಾಗ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತ್ರಿ, energy is emitted in the form of electromagnetic radiation. Means there is a loss in energy of this electron. As there is a loss in energy of this electron, then there is a decrease in radius of the circular path made by the electron, and ultimately this electron fall into the nucleus. Therefore an atom is unstable. Means atom cannot be stable. Andre atom stable agi uliyalla. When that electron fall into the nucleus, then atom cannot be stable. Okay, so this is the first demerit of the Rutherford atomic model. Means always the electrons revolve around the nucleus in the certain orbits. In those orbits they do not radiate the energy. When they do not radiate the energy, there is no decrease in radius of the orbit of the electron. Okay, when there is no decrease in radius of the orbit of the electron, that electron does not fall into the nucleus. Okay, this proposed by Niels Bohr. Okay, we will discuss about this one in Bohr's atomic model. Then next, second one, it couldn't explain the origin of spectral lines. It couldn't explain the origin of spectral lines. Means how the spectral lines are produced, it couldn't explain. So that is explained by again Bohr's atomic model. It couldn't explain the origin of spectral lines. Okay, these are the drawbacks or demerits of the Rutherford atomic model. First drawback is that it couldn't explain the stability of an atom, because as an electron revolves around the nucleus, that revolving electron having the acceleration, and every accelerating charged particle emits the electromagnetic radiation. There is a loss in energy of this revolving electron in the form of electromagnetic radiation. As there is a loss in energy of this revolving electron, ultimately that electron fall into the nucleus. Therefore, atom cannot be stable. Andre atom stable agi uliyalare when the electron fall into the nucleus. Okay. Then this is according to electromagnetic theory. Electromagnetic theory ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇರಲಿ ಅದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ so why this electron having the acceleration, even this electron is moving with constant speed, because there is a change in direction of the velocity. So acceleration ಯಾವಾಗ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈವನ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದ್ರು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಗೆ ಏನೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ ಎರಡನೇ ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಏನ್ರಿ, ಇಟ್ ಕುಡಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ದಿ ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್. ಹೌ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್, ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಲ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ ಬೋರ್ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್.